All right, everybody, we're back. The Dos Leprechauns podcast, post-game show. Notre Dame dominates Navy 49-10. Final seconds are ticking off. Total domination, especially in the second half. Game really wasn't very much in question for the most part after about the last few seconds of the second quarter. A whole lot of good things happened tonight. Got to see a lot of Kenny Minchie. Got to see a lot of Aeneas Williams. He had a touchdown, which is awesome for him. Got to see Jabron Payne. We had a Jabron Payne sighting. I said in the pre-show I'd love to see some Jabron Payne. We got to see him. A lot of the backup linebackers, the safeties, and a lot of good guys. A lot of guys got a lot of good playing time. But man, Jeremiah Love once again, just absolutely ridiculous run on that.
Yeah, that was crazy. We held Navy to their lowest point total of the season too.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Some final stats on offense and all that. Nate talked about. I'll talk about the defense first because to hold Navy to their lowest point total this season is awesome. Game ball by far on defense goes to Jaden Osbury. He had 8 tackles, 1 sack, and a tackle for loss. He was all over the place making plays. It was just beautiful. Drake Bowen had 5 tackles and two solo. Devontae Smith had 5 tackles. KVA had 5 tackles. KVA had one of my favorite plays that I've seen this year on defense when he blew up the first blocker to make the tackle. Just exploded. It was awesome. To Nate's credit and Dennis McCarthy, I got to give you your props too. Eric Schmidt, perfect. Yeah. We had 7 touchdowns. He had 7 successful extra points. Didn't have to kick a field goal, but that first point after the touchdown, that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
That thing was going left. I'm like, what in the – but he made it, and that's all that matters. Yeah. A couple other guys that had tackles. Tay Johnson, Tay had 4. Farimo had 4. Schuler had 3. Elijah Hughes had 3. Junior had 2. Jared Dawson, Jalen Stroman, Leonard Moore, Botello, Onye, and Golden all had 2. Bryce Young had 1. A bunch of other guys had 1. I think there were 18 guys, if I counted correctly, 20 guys that had at least 1 tackle. That's insane.
That's
now,
that's necessary for a team like Navy.
Yes, 100%. That was Michael Dyer. Michael who? That was Michael Dyer 2.0. I don't know what that means, Walter. Is that Russian? Cali Widom reposteo esta transmisión. I don't know what that means. Cali Widom. Let's see. Woohoo. Great win. Love that Carr spread it around from Amber. Yeah. Carr. Yeah, let's talk about Carr stats here real quick. CJ was 13-16, 218 yards and 3 touchdowns. Didn't play much. I don't think he played any in the fourth quarter, did he?
No, I think he only played a few minutes into the third.
Yeah, so he probably would have been over there. Probably would have been over 300 yards. So once again, CJ Carr continues to impress. Kenny Minchie, 3 for 3, 35 yards, and he ran the ball once for 13 yards. So just a really great performance all around from the offense and the defense. Fields not coverable, more targets, open offense. Yeah, Fields was insane that first couple drives. He was just catching everything. Malachi had 4 receptions for 97 yards. KK Smith had a touchdown. He had 2 catches for 39. Faison had 4 catches for 27 and a touchdown. And Ty Washington had his first touchdown in a Notre Dame uniform. So good stuff. Nate, what did you see that impressed you tonight?
I mean, it's hard to not say the kicking game. I think it adds confidence to, the offense as a whole. If there's a time in a game like, hey, do we go for this? Do we kick a long field goal or do we go for it on 4th and 6? Like, I think most of the time now you're going to kick it, especially against Pitt, who can score. So, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I think, I didn't see a lot of people touting this as like a trap game. So I wouldn't say like, oh, they survived the trap game. It was more like they played Notre Dame football and they didn't, they weren't daunted.
Matthew Rose, how about Love not giving up on that run for a touchdown? Yeah. I tweeted that's just, you're not going to see another player in the country make that play. I don't know how many yards it was. Really doesn't matter. Anybody else goes down. He managed to keep his composure, keep his body right, and sprint down for a touchdown. If you're still watching on TV, they just did the Navy and Notre Dame get together to sing the alma maters, which I just think is one of the coolest traditions in the history of college football. Like I said in the pregame show, I love Navy 364 days out of the year. This is the one day I don't, but now hats off to those guys. Thank you all for your service. And yeah, man, I hope they win out. They got South Florida next weekend, which is going to be kind of tough. But they did a couple scenarios on the broadcast where they talked about if they win their conference, I mean, they could get it. get a berth in the college football playoffs. I mean, crazier things have happened. I don't think they will. In fact, I don't think they'll win out, but it's still a quality win over a team that came in 7-1.
Yeah, 100%. And, this team played North Texas pretty close, no matter what the score says. They were an undefeated team going into last week, and they very easily could have been undefeated in ranks heading into this matchup. So a 39-point win at home in the rain, snow, sleet, whatever you want to call it,
is a big win. I still can't believe it's already raining in South Bend. That is nuts. We're going out there for the Syracuse game, senior night or senior day, and I'm like, man, I'm not a big fan of the snow. I got to be honest. So we'll see how that goes. Let it snow. What? Yeah, I know. Bonnie Fargy said that. Brett Boyson. Let's see. Love has to be Heisman talks for sure. There's no doubt, man. I mean, I've seen several polls that have him in the top 3 or 4. Fernando Mendoza today for Indiana obviously cemented his place in the top conversation.
3 for sure.
Julian Sand. You've got Julian Sand, Fernando Mendoza, Jeremiah Smith, and Jeremiah Love. I think will be your top 4, unless something else crazy happens throughout the year, which hopefully it doesn't. So we're not going to get too much into what's going to happen next week, but make no mistake, Pitt is going to be very tough at Pitt early in the morning. Well, early in the morning for us. So that to me, that's the last really true test. I think if we play anything even remotely close to what we've played the last few weeks, I think we'll be just fine. But Pitt's a scary team, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Let's show Dennis McCarthy some love, our Marine Corps veteran here. This week, we just have to shout out the entire team, offense, defense, and special teams. This is one of the most well-rounded teams I can recall in many years. Yeah, talk about coming together at the right time. Obviously losing the first 2 games, everybody's got their head down. Season's over. There's no chance. This, that, and the other. Now we are literally controlling our own destiny, right in the driver's seat. Got to take care of business against Pitt, then Syracuse, then Stanford to close things out. So if we win out, we will be in, especially with all the chaos that's been happening in front of us. So it's going to be great. I can't wait.
It's the same storyline we talked about last year. Like, momentum is so key in the playoffs in any sport. And, this is just proving so. Like, Notre Dame can rattle off, 6 wins just like that after dropping the first 2 games. Like, how much further can they go? How much more momentum can they go?
A couple comments here I want to get to. These are some good ones. Ricky Spanish says, tonight was penalty-free for us. Seemed to establish the consistency we have been lacking and need that going forward to playoff time. Yeah, no penalties.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. I don't care who you're playing.
Like 2 or 3.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. There was a procedural penalty on offense for the Navy. There was, I think, a false start from Navy, and I think that was it.
There's 6 penalties on Navy today.
And 0 for the Irish, which is crazy. Let's see. Another comment here I saw, Brett Boyson. Did you see the Texas Tech defense today? Like, very good. Yeah. Texas Tech was really impressive against some overrated BYU team, sorry to say. Matthew Rose says, Jason, you guys coming out for any home games next year? Yeah, we definitely plan to. Life happened a little bit, so we weren't able to make it to the A&M, but we'll be out at Syracuse, and then hopefully Stanford, I'll be there. This guy decided not to go. And then, next year, our hope is to go to that Lambeau game to open the season and then one in South Bend. Brian Campbell, we made all our extra points today. Woohoo. Yeah, that's, as I mentioned, Nate called that one and said he'd be perfect, and he was. Oh, here we go. Brett Boyson, no more Ash isms for me. All right, well, let's see how we do against Pitt next week. But, yeah, that was good.
Rest in peace, Ash jokes.
Adam Rothenberg says the O-line was missing that first half. Yeah, a little rough the first half. I think you're playing a team like Navy with guys that are much smaller but getting much lower and just ferocious fighters. I think some of those things are going to be expected, but they got it figured out after halftime and came out and just floored them.
I guess that would be the only, not super great spot from tonight, and that's a great problem to have, I guess.
I love that the Ashisms are going the opposite direction now. Yeah. Brian Campbell says defense has been kicking Ash. Attaboy, Brian. I like it. Attaboy. What is this guy talking about? Differently, Philadelphia Eagles back Super Bowl this year?
Philadelphia Eagles back to the Super Bowl this year?
That guy.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Richard Dierkins, KVA needs to be on the field all the time. He just makes plays. Yeah, he blocked that pass that was going to the tight end late in the game. Had that play that he blew up. We talked about his stats. He had 5 tackles. He's just a phenom. Nate, what did you say about Jalen Smith? The most?
Oh, I just said that KVA is probably the best linebacker, most electric linebacker we've had since Jalen Smith. I don't think that's close.
No, I think you're right. Clint Shaw, why is not considered for Heisman? I'm assuming you're talking about J Love. I think J Love is going to be in the conversation for the Heisman.
Unless he's talking about Price.
Who? Price?
Yeah.
Maybe.
CJ.
CJ, yeah, he could be there too. CJ Carr, especially, are fortunate to have him in blue and gold. I've been a gigantic CJ Carr fan from day one, and I'll continue to be forever. And the dude, yeah, when he committed to Notre Dame and had his grandpa Lloyd Carr wear the Notre Dame hat, I was like, this is my dude right here. And if you guys remember, he was out there recruiting some of these guys. He was recruiting KVA. He was recruiting Cam Williams. He's all Notre Dame, and right now they're talking to him on the postgame show. CJ and J Love, absolute dynamic combo right there.
Fields already covered in snow.
Yeah, exactly. I cannot believe it's already snowing like that. Let's see. Where was Boubacar?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
I didn't see Boubacar or Christian Gray. My only thought is that they figured they could get it done without those two guys and rest them up for a very, very tough Pitt team.
I don't know if Boubacar was what do you call it? Not injured, but he got quote unquote punished by the staff.
He's always kind of banged up.
Yeah,
it seems like. I don't know, not necessarily hurt or injured, but just kind of banged up. See if he commented anything. Sigs, I don't see anything yet on Sigs, whatever his name is, but we'll keep you posted if we hear anything. Let's see. There's another comment. 253 yards for the air and 249 on the ground. Talk about balanced offense. Yeah, definitely. You got some junk time from Jabron Payne and Aeneas Williams, but Aeneas sprinting for that touchdown just shows you how incredibly deep our running back room is. And that's with Kedron Young being out for the whole season. So good times. Let's see. Coming up for Syracuse game, looking forward to hopefully meeting you guys. Yeah, we'll be there, KJ Dearman. Definitely want to stop by our tailgate hosted by Irish JTL. Seems like the tailgates get better and better. He said he's going to have a really super spread for us when we go out for the Syracuse game. So be looking out for information on that. We'll definitely have it ready to rock and roll, and it's going to be a good time. I can't wait. Let's see. What else you got, Nate?
Yeah, just there's really not much else to say. I just kind of want to look at some of the other ranked teams today.
Okay.
Virginia lost to Wake Forest.
That's crazy.
16-9.
That's crazy.
Wow, Cal just beat Louisville.
Oh, that's official?
Yeah.
Wow, big time.
29-26. That's crazy. Wisconsin beat Washington. LSU benched Nussmeier just now.
Wow. Okay.
So, and they're down 8. But it looks like Bama's close to scoring again.
LSU's down 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're
all games almost.
Yeah, Bama's pretty much got that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about it over and over again each week. Chaos is going to happen around us, and that's what we need. And it seems to be happening again. You saw Oregon have a pretty tough battle today. You saw obviously Penn State and Indiana go down to the wire. So there's a lot that can happen between now and December 12th or 6th, whenever the final pairings are ranked or playoff rankings are listed. But we just got to win out, take care of business, and we'll be right there. Amber Sullivan said, I'll be there. Can't wait. Yeah, we can't wait to see you again. Let's see. I've been pushing the hashtag love for Heisman, hoping it trends. Yeah, me too. If you go to our Twitter, there was a poll that we put out that was for the Heisman page. And so we tweeted that and talked about who we wanted our Heisman to be. Got a lot of traction. So please go and check that out. Championship team, says Clint Shaw. Key emphasis on team. Sorry. Jason Lynch can't connect Mike on the stream. You don't, man. So our text thread for the Dos Leprechauns admin, which Jason Lynch is a great part of, we were getting smack talk because we forgot his score, and now he won't jump on the pod on the live with us.
Who's this we? Why am I being involved in this?
Sorry. Brian Campbell, Jay Heisman love. Yep, absolutely. Let's see what else. This is a good one right here from Thomas. I'm glad we got out of the Navy game with no new injuries. Amen to that, bro. There's years that I can remember we had 3-4 guys going down, 3-4 starters going down in the midst of that game. So getting out of there scotch-free without any kind of injuries and no drama and no turnovers was a great thing all in all, because we're going to need to be at full strength against Pitt for sure. But I think that's going to end it for tonight, guys. Like Nate said, it's not a whole lot to cover other than just pure domination. We'll get into the Pitt game quite a bit over the next week. I want to look at a lot of their stuff, see what they got going on. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Enjoy the victory this week. Time to shut up the Pitt hype. That's from Walter. Will the BYU loss help us? I think it'll help us a lot. all respect, I'm all Notre Dame, but Navy. Yeah, absolutely. That's Tim Finnegan right there. Absolutely. After the game ended, the clock hit 0. It's all Navy. Hope they went out. Hope they are all safe and go to continue to represent our country and defend our country. So we'll see you guys in a couple weeks, hopefully out at the Syracuse game. We'll see you live on for our podcast next week. Everybody have a blessed rest of your weekend. Great week ahead. Go Irish, beat Pitt.